Hi, this is Dr. Elizabeth Saunders Medlock with Life by Design Coaching for your life coaching tip of the week. For the week of January 21st, I know it's the 22nd, I took the day off yesterday for the inauguration and some other stuff and to be with my child. So, happy Tuesday. This week, this is a really off-the-cuff thing that I just talked about, not that everything else isn't off the cuff. Talking about the nature of being distracted and looking for distractions. This has come up so much recently in the work that I've been doing with my clients, in my own personal life, with my friends. The idea of the need to distract ourselves. And even myself even saying, I'm looking for distractions. And I hear that all the time. You're a distraction. I'm looking for distractions. I'm letting this distract me. And I think I'm going to talk about it because I think distractions are sometimes good things, but most of the times are bad things. And we really need to ask ourselves, why do we need these distractions? I know for a lot of people that I work with, why they really need distractions is because they're trying to distract themselves from dealing with the things they really need to deal with. Sometimes that might be, coming out of a relationship, grieving that relationship, moving on with things. So I'm going to go look at distractions. And we all know we have done this. Sometimes when we're coming out of jobs, we're coming out of relationships, especially with relationships, that we haven't grieved the loss, we haven't done the work. I've talked about this before, that you have to kind of grieve the loss, get through it, and be alone. We don't like to be alone. So we go out and find ourselves lots of other distractions, which just distract us from the pain and the grieving that we need to do. I find that with people too that are just in any place in their life. In a career change or dealing with family members, anything that's tough where you really need to sit with feelings, sit with emotions and work through things, that feels so uncomfortable, especially if we're doing it in a time that we're alone, that a lot of times we look for those distractions. And those distractions definitely take the form of other people. I'm the lucky person to be someone's main distraction in their lives. Sometimes when I have to kind of go, yes, I know you're using me to distract you. And I think we've all felt like that, like we've been other people's distractions for a little while. So we use people, we use, going out too much, or we use, I'm just going to piddle over here, starting a new project, instead of really dealing what we need to deal with. I've seen people do it with like even house tasks, like they'll be in the middle of redoing a room or cleaning out a garage, and it'll just feel uncomfortable, and they'll look at how much disorganization, and then they'll go find another project to distract them from the work at hand. The next thing you know, you start another project and you start another project. You know these people that keep starting projects that they don't finish. That's because it gets really hard and they need a distraction. So all these people that start projects and never finish them, that's because they keep looking for something to distract them from the work at hand, because it gets not fun. And I think that's the bottom line. When things get not so darn fun anymore and we're not having a great time, that's when we look out for things to have a great time. For some people, it's drinking. For some people, it's drugs to distract them. I mean, it could be any amount of things. But I think the issue is that I want people to really realize is if you feel that really sense like, I'm just looking for a distraction, and I'll do just about anything right now to be distracted, that means that what you really need to do is resist and sit with and work through all the things that you need to sit through and work through. Because what that's really telling you, especially if that need to be pulled in another direction, that pull is really hard, that's even a bigger symbol and signal for you that you've got work to do that you need to sit with. Sit in silence, sit by yourself, work on it, work through what you have to work through. Because what happens is when we keep distracting ourselves, we never get to the heart and to the core of what's the problem. Again, it's something of what I call symptom management that we know. We keep on managing the symptoms through these distractions and do symptom management, but we never get to the core of the problem because we can't sit with the pain and the uncomfortableness and the chaos and the disorganization that these places and spaces in our life feel like long enough to get them done. But if you can really do that work and get that done, if you can really do that, delving into the self to answer the questions of what do I really want? What do I need to do next? How do I need to get through this? How do I need to grieve this? How do I need to release this? How do I need to clean this stuff up that I have made a holy mess of? If we can do all of that without getting distracted by the distractions that we tend to look for and create, that's when you're really moving forward. So to keep moving forward, get rid of the distractions. I'm telling myself this too because I'm working on it. And work what's at the core of what the uncomfortableness is for you instead of going and having a big old party. I hope you've enjoyed the life coaching tip of the week. I'll see you next week with another coaching tip. Have a great week.